Imagine getting Botox and fillers done in India. What level of professionalism does the doctor have? Do they use safe products? What does the process look like? And how much does it cost? Well, if you're curious, make sure to keep on watching until the end because I tried out Botox and lip filler right here in Bengaluru so I could answer all those questions and give you a proper review. Hi, my name is Ivana and I've been living in Bangalore for 4 years. Ever since I've been living in India, I've actually also gotten curious about things that you necessarily wouldn't associate with India. So for instance, modern malls, like why is it so special? Well, because a lot of people don't necessarily expect to find that in India. Medical tourism is another thing. Actually, India is super popular for medical tourism, but a lot of people wouldn't necessarily expect that in India. Today, I am actually super excited to try something out that people again wouldn't necessarily expect to find in India, and it is aesthetic medical procedures, aka plastic surgery, and the things that I'm going to do today, Botox and fillers. Now, don't think this is the first time I'm getting into aesthetic medical procedures. I have done fillers 10 years back. Didn't necessarily like it back then. This was in the Netherlands when I was living in Amsterdam. But I am turning, well, actually, I already turned 38 years old. And it is definitely time to get something done. Before showing you a close-up of my before face, I actually first had a consultation with Dr. Karishma, who is going to do my Botox and fillers.
You tell me, what are your concerns to start off with?
So first of all, the deep lines, because my face is very expressional.
Right.
So Botox here.
Okay. And what we are seeing here is now when you make the expressions, we are seeing these, so that's what we call dynamic wrinkles. So they're dynamic because they're only appearing when you are making the facial expressions. The Botox will soften the muscles so that the intensity of the wrinkles reduce. They don't look as thick as they were looking before. And so this forehead and all of these areas will look more smoother. Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah, the lips. So lip is fillers I love because, it's not only about vanity that we do lip fillers for. We do lip fillers for people who have thin lips. When you smile, for some people have a gummy smile. There is a very big difference between Botox and fillers. Botox is nothing but a botulinum toxin, and what it does is when injected into the muscles, it relaxes the muscles. Not many people know that Botox is also used medically. So we use it for migraine, perspiration. We use it for migraine. So people who have recurrent migraine headaches, recurrent attacks of migraine, we inject the Botox along the muscles of the scalp at the back of the head. So the intensity of their headaches reduces, and we also use Botox when people have very bulky muscles of the jaw, like we call the masseter. So you can just give Botox to relax. So it's not only for wrinkles, it has medical purposes, excessive sweating on the palms, on the feet, excessive sweating underarms. So when we inject it into the skin, the sweat glands, the muscles around the sweat glands shrink, and that's why the sweating reduces. Please don't get confused. Fillers and Botox are two different things. Fillers is an entirely different component. It's nothing but hyaluronic acid. It's a naturally occurring sugar in the body, and that is but prepared synthetically. We call them fillers. Why? Because they are used to volumize, but because it has hyaluronic acid, it also improves the elasticity in the area that we inject. It improves the hydration. It makes the skin around the area more supple. So like you were saying, under eyes, So
I use them for my under eyes, for my dark circles, because it basically lifts the skin.
It lifts up the area,
It's not as dark anymore.
And it's not actually taking care of your dark circles, but because it is stretching the skin, the appearance of dark circles reduces. But at the same time, it's got hyaluronic acid. So the hyaluronic acid is rejuvenating. So in 2 to 3 weeks, you start seeing the effects on the level of the skin, not just the volumizing. So it's volumizing, it is hydration, elasticity. See, there are a lot of countries who do permanent fillers, which are silicone, and there's calcium hydroxyapatite fillers. They are rather thick fillers. They cause a lot of complications in the long run. They can bring about a lot of long-term changes. And it's very difficult to get rid of them. So it's better to do hyaluronic acid. They are, very compatible to the our human tissues. They slowly dissolve in the body. They last from 1 to 2 years. At the same time, it's reversible, because at any point you feel you don't like it and you want to get rid of it, we have this antidote called the Hyalase, and you inject the Hyalase and you can just in 4-5 days dissolve the filler. So if you feel it's gone too much or too less, you can just tweak it around there. So nice to meet you, Ivana, and we'll take it forward.
So this is my before face. So these are the current lines that you can see in my forehead. This really started to bother me, hence why I started thinking about Botox in the first place. I also have an extremely expressional face like this. Like when I talk, you can already see it. You can rewind the previous parts and see how much I frown my forehead. This also is a little bit of a frown. And then I want to get some filler in my lips because I think it's very pretty, and I'm just excited to see what it would look like. Let's do this. Let's get some Botox and filler in India and see what the experience is like. Dr. Karishma's clinic is located in the Indiranagar neighborhood in Bengaluru, India. Stepping into the clinic, it is bright, light, and absolutely impeccable. After only a short wait, the assistant comes to get me and we step into Dr. Karishma's office. We take a final look at my face and the procedures to be done, after which we step into the treatment space, which is right in her office.
We're going to be focusing on the forehead lines, the crow's feet, and the frown lines. So we do a few markings before we start the procedure. Once we do the markings, we put a numbing cream. So you're comfortable. And the pricks of the injection are slightly less. So what happens is the muscles at the center, we relax, but we try to leave these little corners, you see. So that will allow a little bit of normal eyebrow movement. So we want a natural looking result.
The markings are put on all of the places where I'm going to receive a Botox injection, and after that a numbing cream is applied, which takes about 10 to 15 minutes to take effect. In the meantime, I thought I would ask the doctor if it's safe to do Botox and lip fillers in India.
It's actually extremely popular and extremely safe because the brands of Botox that we use here are pretty much the same used worldwide. At my clinic, we use the Allergan Botox brand. People think like Botox is common, but there are different companies with different brand names, and the Allergan Aesthetics is typically one company which have used the word Botox specifically. So if you see the Botox, it is by the Allergan, and Allergan is one of the most biggest companies from the United States of America. The good part about this company is that, after we finish our training, they make sure they have a whole academic program where they teach the doctors. We go for courses in Singapore, we go for training lessons, post which we start using Botox. I have completed my training from Bangalore in India, and then I further trained in aesthetic surgery in Italy, in the UK, in Dubai, even in Turkey, and various places you get exposed to the kind of Botox treatment. It is a very simple treatment, just needs a little bit of experience and precision. Thanks to the Allergan company that we use Botox from, they make sure they train all their doctors scientifically, and with the scientific background is where we start practicing.
Finally, before receiving the treatment, I receive a consent form which I'm asked to sign. This means that you understand what the procedure is about, what the risks are, what kind of side effects can appear, and I think this is more than professional. It is really up to international standards. After all the preparations, precautions, mapping, numbing cream, it is really time to get into the procedure of Botox. So why do you dilute it?
So the Botox is like a powder in the vial.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Beyond fascinated, I watched Dr. Karishma work her magic, and before we know it, it is time to actually get to the pricking. Will it hurt? Let's see. Next step.
So we are going to just apply some alcohol swab.
Okay. I can still feel things, but
you will feel things.
It's 50%.
It's 50%
of normal.
Of normal.
Yeah. Okay, here it goes. The needle.
Here we go. Just relax your head back a little, so you're a little comfortable. Yeah. Put your chin down. Chin down. Yeah. So we're gonna start. How do you feel?
Nothing. I can just feel a little bit pressure on the bone. That's it.
Yes.
I don't know why, but I kind of expected a lot more from this, and it was very anticlimactic. No pain, no nothing, and it was over within like maybe 10 minutes. That's it. That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was like 10
Forehead
pricks.
is done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
This 15 units. Right?
Nothing. I did not feel anything.
Do you feel anything?
Nothing. It just looks more scary on camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are the odds of hitting an eye nerve and like getting a drooping eye?
You cannot hit a nerve where we are injecting right now. So
Okay.
The muscles, especially in these areas, are actually almost attached to the skin.
Okay.
So we are so close under the skin, there's no nerve. All the nerves here are much deeper and in the eyeballs. So there's no really nerve and drooping that you can see.
Oh, that was one of my concerns. Like, what if you get a droopy eye?
We are nowhere close to the facial nerves in Botox.
Thank goodness.
We're just relaxing. So the only thing one might feel is over relaxation. So if you want a very still look and not too much of movements, then I would put much more on the forehead. So since it's your first time, we'll go less. And if you want to add up and if you want more changes, you can always add up after a week.
Yeah. Okay.
Just frown. Yeah, relax.
How many units have we used in total already?
30.
30 we have used. And how much?
8 more. I just
8 more.
Put 2, 1, 2, 1.
Okay.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. I just put little less.
Hanji.
Because this is a very prominent muscle.
Yeah. I'm so angry all the time.
So most of the people experience these kind of red spots wherever we are injecting the Botox. They're like as if, like ant has bitten you in multiple spots.
Yeah, it's more
now
like
in your
that.
case, because you have fair skin, the red spots would be a little more prominent. But say on my Indian skin tone, the spots look a little less obvious.
Yeah.
But what could happen after the Botox is certain places, the very superficial little venules and capillaries kind of get pricked unwantingly sometimes. And you get a little bruise, and at times, see, maybe out of all these places, maybe this area, probably a little, vessel has been pricked.
Okay.
So that little bluish bruise can be there for a few days.
This one.
And we usually, give you some gels and creams to reduce it. We just say put sunscreen.
Nothing that a little.
You can cover it up with makeup and go.
Yeah, nothing that a little concealer can't fix.
So, yes, a little bruise, a little redness is very common for the first few days.
The Botox is done and it's time for the preparation of the lip filler. For this, I also receive a numbing cream on my lips, and I'm actually very happy with that because lips can be a very sensitive area. While we wait for the numbing cream to take its effect, the doctor also marks on a sheet where she'll put Botox, so the next time I come back she has a reference sheet what she did this time. The same information is also documented for the lip filler, and then it is time to remove the numbing cream and prepare the lip filler. And I'm again absolutely in awe of the doctor's professionalism but also her expertise, which gives me a lot of comfort and calms my nerves as well.
So we're gonna start small prick. Okay.
Are you okay?
Doing okay?
Yeah. Nice.
That is just for the, the little lumpiness, to just kind of let it spread. Just maybe slightly. Okay.
Yeah, nice. So this is the side with the filler.
Yeah.
Without the filler, you can already see such a massive difference.
Yeah.
I love it, but it's very subtle
Very
actually.
subtle.
Yeah.
Very subtle. So if you want, we can do more, but this is
No,
more than
I
enough
like
for
this a lot.
Just relax the lip.
Again, the numbing cream is pure magic because I really can't feel anything. I can obviously feel that my lips are being touched, but there's no pain, no nothing. It honestly looks a lot more scary on camera than what it feels in real life. It was such a comfortable experience. The doctor is such a calm person, which obviously also makes it a comfortable experience. And then also because of her expertise, she's been in the business for so long, she actually suggested to do the Cupid's bow shaping, which I wasn't even aware of that was possible, but she is such an expert that she'll know what you need and she'll actually suggest those beautiful touches which don't look overdone at all. So right now I'm not allowed to have anything hot because I literally can't feel anything with my lips. So only like cold drinks, but there's no risk of infection or anything. Honestly, it's so natural already. I love it.
We do a little bit of lip filler, that is just to give the volume and bring the lips out a little bit, but we also put a couple of units at the border of the lip, a little bit of units of Botox. So the Botox helps to relax a little bit of the muscles there, bring the lips down, and that's what we call like a non-surgical lip flip.
Dr. Karishma mentioned multiple times that Botox and lip fillers are really called lunch break treatments because actually they don't leave that many marks. This is me right after my appointment going for lunch. My lips, I don't feel anything. And you also can't really see a duck face. I feel it's done really beautiful and naturally. Obviously, it's important to mention that the Botox won't take effect immediately. It will take 3 or 4 days for the muscles to completely relax. In that time, I can experience some headaches or some heaviness on my forehead. In order to give you all the information about the treatment, I've obviously also documented that part of the process, which you can see now. It is currently 10:30 p.m., more than 12 hours after I did the Botox and the lip fillers. I actually can still move my forehead, as you can see. My frown, yeah, definitely can still use my frown. My lips are definitely swollen, but I actually really like it. I'm totally starting to understand how people get addicted to this because I don't think this looks like a duck face, but it is definitely a lot plumper and fuller than my own lips. Right now, my lips are definitely sore. The complete, how do you say it, numbing cream has worked out. Actually, it already worked out during lunch, but it's okay. It just feels a little bit bruised. My forehead, nothing. Honestly, it's very comfortable. It was a little bit heavy in the afternoon, but otherwise, nothing. I have a little bruise here, which I'm not bothered by at all because I can easily cover it up by concealer and it's not hurting. But I do have this cream that the doc gave me. Then I got these 2 pills against the swelling. I already took this one in the afternoon and I'm gonna take this one before bed. I think my lips might be a duck face tomorrow, but honestly, if it's like this, I don't mind. I like this. I just woke up and the swelling is actually supposed to be the worst right now, but yeah, obviously my lips are bigger, but nothing like a duck face or something. So if this swelling goes down, I'm actually more like, can I put some more filler in? I understand how people get addicted this way, but yeah, nothing major. I'm just gonna walk Bambi right now. I'm not embarrassed to step out. What's happening with the Botox? Oh yeah, definitely less movement. Ooh, yeah, definitely less movement. I think it's half. Ooh, look at this, but it doesn't feel weird. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, cool. During the following 2 days, the bruises definitely got a little bit darker. The one on my mouth, but also the one next to my eye. I'll show you that in a minute. But also the swelling on my lips really went down and I think it looked so natural. Here is my forehead where the activity of my muscles is also going down, definitely, next to my eyes as well. And here you can see also the bruise next to my eye, which is not something major. It can easily be covered with concealer. I am just fascinated by this whole process. This is my whole look 2 days after the treatment, and as you can see, my lips are still a little bit swollen, but that will go down because 3 days after my treatment, I actually decided to take my new fillers and Botox out in public. The bruises are easily covered by a little bit of nude lipstick and a little bit of concealer. The swelling of my lips has also gone down and the Botox is really starting to take effect. I am loving this. It looks very, very natural. And this is the result after a little over 2 weeks of the Botox and the lip fillers. As you can see in my face, I can definitely still make facial expressions, but it's a lot less. And I think that's absolutely genius, because these type of deep forehead lines or the frown or even the crow's feet over here, they're actually only formed because of the movement. So the moment you relax the muscles with the Botox and you don't make those movements anymore, you are able to postpone the aging process. And I think that's just absolutely amazing. Also, I have to confess, it's a lot more relaxing because I have such an expressional face. Sometimes if I would be talking a lot throughout the day and, you know, making a lot of movements and a lot of frowns, I would get headaches and I would get really tired eyes, and I don't get that anymore because those muscles are a lot more relaxed. I think the result looks really, really natural and it feels very comfortable. So yeah, 10/10 would recommend to go over to Dr. Karishma's office if you're interested and at least get some information about it. Then you can decide how you want to follow up on that. Then the lip fillers, I feel also look super, super natural. I don't think I have a duck face at all. My lips just look a little bit more plump and a little bit more voluminous. So I mean, you guys can be the judge of it. I don't think I have a duck face at all, but yeah. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of it. I think it's also important to note that Botox or fillers or any kind of aesthetic medical procedures are not only for women. Guys, we live in 2022. Men are also allowed to, you know, postpone their aging process, or even, you know, if you have dark circles, use fillers and make your face look more fresh. Even if you want to do lip fillers as a guy, why not? It's your body and you can do whatever you want, as Cartman in South Park rightfully said. And I think the same goes for the taboo on aesthetic medical procedures. We live in 2022. I don't understand why people are making such a big fuss about it. If you're dyeing your hair, if you're using makeup, this is an option to get Botox done, to get fillers done. You get it done with a professional like Dr. Karishma. Why not? I don't understand why people make such a big fuss about it. I think that's my review on it. 10/10 would recommend. If you guys have any opinions on it, I'm sure you do. Let me know down in the comments below. How do you think the result turned out? I really love it, but I also want to hear your opinion. Would you get into aesthetic medical procedures? I'm very, very curious to hear your thoughts on it. So let me know down in the comments below. Of course, also make sure to share this video with as many people as possible and spread the information of what can be done with Dr. Karishma right here in Bengaluru, India, because I feel the information just needs to be out there for the people who want to know, so they can turn to a real professional like Dr. Karishma. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to put a thumbs up, and you can join 270,000 other subscribers. It's free and you'll get a notification whenever I upload a new video. Maybe I'll get some more stuff done. For now, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.